of Fanservice, your weekly geek fueled trip into the world of pop culture live, and it's kicking off the Fanboy TV block party right here on Thursdays with all sorts of fun programming. I'm one of your hosts, Gavin Stone, joined by...
I'm Harley.
I'm Harley. She's not really this girly, trust me.
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
Where's my baseball bat?
Hey everyone, I'm Jeffrey.
He is more girly. Hey,
Yes,
Jeffrey.
I am.
I'm Jeffrey.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm the glitter you can't get rid of, Chris Maynor.
So we're
Can I
back.
just say I really like how we're hello, and boom.
Yeah.
I
love
how you
intro.
always do that.
I'm
The ending of the
whatever.
intro.
So we got a great show lined up for you guys today. We're looking at the
You may not be
LGBTQ community and pop culture as it's starting to become more of a thing these days, and
It is.
people are becoming more inclusive. And so we have some great guests, and
I love our guests.
we're nervous because Jill and Harley and I can't think today because you guys have thrown me off with singing. And Harley and Jeffrey are running the show with our guests, so hopefully.
When did you become my wife?
Well,
Oh, wait. Remember we got married earlier before the show. Where I grabbed
there
your
we
boob.
go. Now we're married because I just switched my ring over there.
Okay, now we're married.
No.
Jeffrey and I
So-
are married.
You're
When
show
did we get
married.
married?
You're totally show married.
We're
show
show married.
I don't even know how to
Can
explain
we put that on the
away.
website?
Show married.
Show
They're
married.
Show married. Yeah.
You
So
got your work husband and work wife. This is the show husband work.
I would hate to think who's my work
You're my
husband
show
or
wife.
Like literally.
Wait,
You're
I'm
my
no.
You're my show.
You're my show
Right
husband.
there.
You're my show husband. I'm
Okay.
your show wife.
Okay, that works.
Done. Deal.
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 What about
Dun.
Oh no, your actual
Chris
husband's
Glover from
busy.
Combat
That's
Creations
only
back there
during
going,
Combat Creations. I'm cheating you on that. I'm having an affair on Combat
No,
Creations.
we're accepting
Polyamorous.
of this.
Oh, we are?
Okay.
I'm all right with this. Let's all go downtown.
So-
to
what we're
Pantown.
What we're saying is Fanboy TV represents all sorts of
Yeah,
things,
so
really.
we
Yeah,
thought this would
we
be a
do.
great fun
You're
show
right.
to talk about today because we have more LGBTQ shows coming
A.
up, and
A.
I don't
Say
even-
A.
it's just getting too
LGBTQA.
confusing me. I'm not even gonna lie, it's too confusing me for this point in time. I know LBGT. I would stick with that for right
That's
now.
understand. No, that's actually completely understandable.
I forget the QA
It
too.
is
Yeah.
a phrase that it keeps evolving as the spectrum keeps growing.
I'm sure our guests will
Like
definitely
we
have a lot.
added,
I'm
we
sure.
added colors to the flag now.
Exactly.
Right. So.
Oh,
We're here
don't
to
even want to go
say,
into that. But I'm
be
sure our
you.
guests definitely have a really
you.
good input for all that material. We'll
Just
get
be
to that
you.
part. Yeah,
So we're gonna
be you.
kick off this show with some news of the week. It's been a while since we've done this, so let's get to it. Our first news story comes from one that I find to be particularly fun. Crunchyroll's gonna start making its own anime.
Yes, it is.
When did Crunchyroll get so big that it started Verve and condensed and basically ate Funimation and all these other places? Now they're making their own.
Well, I
Anime.
don't think that. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
I don't think Crunchyroll so much ate Funimation, as in they're working together. I mean, they're still separate. They still have shows that each other doesn't have. Funimation right now,
But they're all up in each other's business.
Yes.
Right
they're all up in each
They're
other's.
all like this.
Well,
What's
I mean,
that, Kevin? All up in each other's business.
You know,
We-
want
hello?
money we
It's-
want money
hello?
from there one day. I'm
It's
just
really
saying.
stuck.
Welcome.
But I love it.
I know.
I
love
love
it too.
this partnership and I love what
I
they're
don't
doing.
like Crunchyroll.
I just want to know: are they going to insist on making it Japanese title anime, or are they going
Yes.
to just make dubbed anime? 'Cause
No,
if
they're gonna
making
do
it themselves-
Japanese. They don't ever do dub.
Well, right now Japan is starting to accept American animation a little bit more with Ruby.
Yeah.
As an example, Ruby right now has
Go
Japanese-
Rooster Teeth.
And I mean, they also loved like Batman Beyond when that first started.
Oh, that was a
airing.
great show.
Yeah.
That was a great show, but they loved that one. That even had a lot of anime influence. So I think with this so much, it's Japan's getting used to the idea that American streaming services, because Netflix has already bought a bunch of animes in the past, to basically dub over. They have Cyborg 009, they had Devilman, they have a whole bunch. Seven Sins is
We
there.
know.
Seven Deadly Sins is
Seven Deadly
fantastic.
Sins is great. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's just this is them kind of catching up with Netflix and then going
Kind of
one
like
step
Avatar.
beyond.
Avatar's kind of an American anime.
Right.
I actually, on my Xbox, 'cause, I'm starting to get more into stuff.
Thanks to
By
me.
the way, I will kick your butt on Overwatch as Symmetra. Just saying. I got character or player of the game. It was awesome, guys. It was awesome. Hey, come on. Give me credit here. Okay?
I-
I tried hard.
who's the-
Pat-
But
Pat-
let me
Pat
tell you.
Jeffrey.
But let me tell you. I downloaded Crunchyroll about 2 weeks ago and started watching stuff on there.
See, I
So
downloaded
this is
their
really
VRV
neat.
app, which got all the fun geek stuff
Yeah,
on it.
it's
So that's what
awesome.
I
I
watch.
love it. It's great.
So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be
I
interesting to
have
see what they
Player of the game.
comes
Jinx
up with
and
it.
I don't have Crunchy.
But not as
like
interesting
Crunchy.
as our next news story is that they're actually trying to do the Jetsons as the next great sitcom show.
That's going to be my next track.
wait. Hold
I wanna
on.
do
I'd
that
like
so
to add
much.
something to that. ... Again.
Again.
Because the Jetsons was just the Flintstones in the future.
Knocked off.
I prefer the
Knocked
Jetsons
off
over the
Flintstones.
Flintstones. I'm not gonna lie. But
I like Flintstones better.
the fact that they're gonna try to do
Scooby-Doo.
a sci-fi sitcom series of the Jetsons, I'm kind of questioning this judgment.
Did you guys ever see on Adult Swim with Harvey Birdman, Attorney at
Attorney at
Law?
Law.
Attorney at Law.
And it was the Jetson episode because
Yes.
the houses, they had to raise it because the sea level got higher.
Yes.
And it was all those like mutants
There's-
and everything.
Yes.
And they're like,
And they're
Smile.
suing the corporations to stop the future from happening.
it was
Yes.
hilarious. Because, yeah, they went back in time to, hey, we need to stop this. It was
Do we
great.
need a Jetsons sitcom?
No.
Well,
If they're gonna do the Jetsons,
no.
they're gonna bring back the Flintstones
have to-
again.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate seeing all these like constant remakes. Some of them are really good. It also depends who's directing it, who's producing it.
It's still the early stages, but honestly, I'm at that point where I'm like,
We'll-
okay, people.
Please make it stop.
I think.
I want some new original content. Where is it?
Doesn't
It's on,
exist.
on BBC.
At
probably.
Disney World. Make a villain kingdom.
We already talked about that. Okay.
We already did.
Pocky?
I was gonna say was that it depends
Original
on really
content.
who the showrunner is on for me on that one.
Exactly.
If the
It'll
showrunner,
depend.
like, if they get some of the guys from like BBC who like the It Crowd guys or some of the other guys who did it who know nerd, because the big thing is it going to be Big Bang or is it going to be the IT crowd? Is it going to be like, oh look, we make these sci-fi references, aren't we witty and funny?
But Jetsons
laugh
is
at us!
sci-fi, so
So,
terrifying.
but I mean that's Big Bang Theory. But
I
where the
love
IT
Big Bang
crowd made
Theory.
those the same sort of jokes,
Yeah.
but they did it with the wink and the nod, knowing that like, hey, we actually write this stuff because we love it.
Big Bang Theory's funny.
okay, you're not allowed to be. On
It's
the
only
show
funny
anymore.
because they make you laugh because it's one of those,
They
You know
those
what's-
cued laughs. It's a cued laugh show.
You know what is funny?
But
PlayStation jacked Xbox One X footage of Anthem and called it their own in PlayStation
Oh,
4
yeah.
They
Pro
did.
Pro, and just photoshopped badly some buttons on the bottom until the internet called them out.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
for real. Do
Yeah.
you not think, as a major company, people are going to look at that and say, that was the Xbox footage because Pro can't handle this? Oh, well, look at your Photoshop buttons don't move with the rest of the screen? You think people are going to catch you? Like,
Ladies
what
and
were they
gentlemen,
thinking?
this is why Gavin and I play Xbox.
PlayStation's better.
Hey,
So-
you guys
so-
messed up.
no, we've got games coming out.
So,
It's still
I
messed
find
up.
that really odd that a major company decided to try to pull off something this dumb.
Actually,
I like how
not-
I like how we separate PlayStation and Xbox. This is great.
I do have to say this in not their defense. I'm not defending them in any
Not
much
defending.
thing, but everyone has to remember Nintendo did the same thing.
Yes, Nintendo always does it.
Do they really?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Nintendo's
Nintendo is
really
notorious
smart
for
about
it.
the way they
No,
do it.
they weren't.
They're not
did-
like blatantly, okay, here's some badly photoshopped buttons.
And today on Geek versus Geek 2.0.
2.0.
No,
PlayStation's
they
back.
did it when they released the Wii U and they showed the
Yeah, they got-
footage of one of the
Mom and
Assassin's Creed.
Mom and Dad.
They're like, no,
Mom and
you
Dad
guys
are
straight up ripped that off. You put the Nintendo logo on it for no
It's
reason.
going okay. Mom and Dad are fighting.
All right, last
They're getting
but
a
not
divorce.
least in our news stories,
This one actually makes me sad.
they replaced Kermit the Frog's voice today.
And I don't
this
like
week.
it.
Wait,
I don't
what?
like it. Yes, they did.
The guy who was handpicked by Jim Henson to be the
Kermit the Frog.
successor has been it for years, and they let him go to replace it with
Matt
another guy
Vogel.
who's kind of the same thing, but it got kind of dirty. Nobody knows what really happened. But I'm like,
Darn
of
you, Disney.
all the
You
things
break my heart.
to
Wait,
do
Disney
right now,
did this?
Yes.
Disney owns the Muppets.
Disney
Of
owns
all
the
the
wait, I
things
thought
to do,
some German company owned the Muppets.
No,
no,
Disney owns the
owns
Muppets.
No, that's right. They do.
Of all the weird things to do right now when the Muppets aren't even that really big of a thing anymore, to get rid of someone who's
They're always
was
a big
handpicked
thing in
for
my
a while.
heart. And I hate you. I hate you. They're switching the camera on me. I hate you for doing this because that
So I said this one breaks my heart.
This one was really sad. I think
I
it's
couldn't
just gonna
believe
get
it.
I'm not really
worse,
happy about
honestly,
this.
I couldn't believe it.
because
I mean-
the reason it's going to come out is probably going to be something really petty because they're probably going to blame it for the fact that the Muppets failed as a show, which was still kind of fun.
It was with what they're doing with the new movies. I don't like the new movies.
Well,
It's
because
not
it's
the
not
original.
the Muppet Show.
It's not the Muppet
We're
Show.
never going to get the Muppet Show again.
No, we're not going
No.
to get our classic Muppets
Dun
back.
dun 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 dun.
But
You two, calm down. No more sugar for y'all.
I didn't
But
get
my
any sugar
thing
today.
is, you know,
It's the
the
Muppet
other,
Show.
there's another side of this, and
There's
remember when
two
Chef,
sides to every
there's-
story.
well, I like the what was it, the Ferengi one? What, not the Ferengi. There are three sides: yours, mine, and the truth.
Yep.
Mine is always the truth, Pocky.
The One of the things is, like, this could end up like Chef. Like, from South Park, how, like, that rumor floated around that Trey Parker and them threw him out. And what it actually turned out was he was dying of cancer, and he wanted to spend his last couple of months.
This dude's not dying of cancer. He got let go unexpectedly. He made sure everyone knew that.
Yes.
And it's going to come out.
Right.
It's going to come out somewhere.
So we will revisit this as soon as we know more, but I'm sad. We're sad.
We'll find out.
But it's time to
Heartbroken.
get this show started with Geek versus Geek because we have a special guest judge that's going to judge Hockey and Jeffrey.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
here's
And the
Geek
best
versus
guy
Geek.
win, or
We'll
Geek
be back
win.
after
Geek-
this.
The best geek win. Yay.
Yes.
Hey!
Heyo!
All right.
So, your intro.
Hi, I'm Honey St. Clair, and welcome to Geek versus Geek, where we pit our own geeky hosts against one another to decide the outcome of our question of the week. I'm ready.
You ready?
Are y'all ready?
We're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Y'all ready for it?
Oh, yeah. Let's do this. My body is ready, Miyamoto. Wait, hold on. This is the wrong
ready.
game.
All right. This week, forget the waifu. This is the husbando battle.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Which anime guy would make the best husbando?
Husbando, yes.
Husbando.
It's Japanese.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's gonna be good.
I am super excited. I can't wait to hear y'all's arguments. Let's start with you, Pocky.
Mine is Ignis from Final Fantasy 15. Ignis is a man's man. But not just a man's man who knows how to dress, how to cook, how to drive, how to be suave, how to be literate, and be all the sort of things that you need in your life. He helped lead a team of three other men to battle, to save his country, get it back from the evil, save the world from darkness, and all at the same time, keep his hair, keep his eyeglasses, and keep his fashion absolutely perfect. And the entire time, he helps the main character just not become a better person via combat, by being a master of swords and lances, but also teaches him how to cook, teaches him how to drive, teaches him how to be a better person. Would that not be a better idea for a husband? Someone who actually compliments you, someone who helps you along the way to pick you up and maybe make you look really damn good along the way. And that's all I have.
Those are good points.
Indeed.
I love a man that can cook, as you can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This isn't even padding. All right,
I love you
are
both.
you good?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Let's let the skinny one do it.
All right, let me hear your pick, Jeffrey.
My husbando is going to be Fenris from Dragon Age. He is the silver fox that everyone wants to be with. Yeah, he might be a rift mage and everything else like that. He's a warrior and such, and he's dealt with a lot of things. Yeah, his tattoos, okay, I understand that, he's a little sensitive to that sort of hurt touch, but, he is the guy that you want to be with on your journey through everywhere. Oh my gosh, he is such a sweetheart. He really is. He's very intelligent on rift mages and everything else like this. He's always wanting to save slaves from these people who always want to put, like, you're a slave and that's not cool, so I'm going to go ahead and free you. And he will kill your masters and get you out of there like that. And plus, he's so dark, he's so mysterious. I mean, who cannot resist the silver fox look? He is my kind of elf and my kind of husbando. Just saying.
That's a great choice. I love me a man that's damaged. Love a good project. That's why I got into cosplay. It's very similar to dating damaged men. Anyway, let's
great.
see. I think out of the two, though.
Hold on, we have to have rebuttals. Yeah,
Oh, y'all have rebuttal?
yeah.
we did intro. That next is rebuttal, and then we.
It's
we-
all
we
good.
did
Don't
rebuttal
worry
back.
about it.
You got it. Yeah,
I
two more
can't wait.
stages.
She's so into this. She just
I am
wants
so
ready to
into
get
it.
going.
cut to the chase.
Yes.
So next is my rebuttal to his.
Okay,
Yes.
let's go.
So
Let's hear it.
my rebuttal is this. I'm gonna start now. Well, no, I was looking at the clock. Sorry. My rebuttal is this. Yes, your husband has weird tattoos, and he's a silver fox. Mine's sort of silver. She's getting a little thing. His hair pulled back. Look at that hair. But at the same time, man can dual wield daggers. Little spoiler alert for those who haven't played Final Fantasy 15. At one point, he loses his eyesight. he has huge scars on one part of his face. How does he cover it up? He doesn't. Puts a little makeup on it, puts some nice glasses around it, still dual wields daggers and lances to kill bad guys, and still happens to cook for the entire team. Blind for the most of the time. And what does he do? He brings the team together. At one point, the team is completely falling apart. The world is literally basking in darkness to never see the sun again. And what does he do? He puts his foot down. He goes, look, we're going to act right. We're going to act like a team because we're brothers. We've been together since children, and we're going to be better people because of it. And what does the team do? They side with Ignis because at one point, they remembered they were friends, they were brothers, and they were meant to be together. And anyone who can get through a fight just by using pure logic like that deserves to be someone's husband, because at least then you know that when you have an argument, at least it won't be one with, well, you're stupid. And that's why I think he's the best husband.
That's a good rebuttal.
Indeed.
I do enjoy heavy makeup and glasses. I can't wait to hear your rebuttal. Let me have it.
Okay, so yeah, that's really great. You got the pretty boy look. You got the dual-wielding dagger guy. Oh no, I got blinded. I'm gonna put some makeup and shades on and such like that. I'm gonna go home and cook for you. Blah 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 blah. Dude, he's a pretty boy. I'm sorry, but pretty boys are great and all. Yeah, he has abs and everything, but Final Fantasy, dude, of course he's going to be pretty all the time. He's going to have all these action moves and everything else like that. But, dude, Fenris, he will stand in front of you and go eye to eye and tell you about, no, this is not cool. This is his thinking. He will make sure that you second guess your stuff that you're trying to analyze to make sure that you are making the right decision. Hello, yeah, the tattoos are going to hurt him a little bit if you sensitive touch on them and such like that, but let me tell you something a little bit about Fenris. This silver fox is something that you just cannot resist, okay? He is the reason why the rifts all were able to close, you were able to take him, and plus, Home Slice Cutie Boy over there has weapons. If that boy loses a weapon, what he's going to do, punch and kick? This guy got some magic, buddy, and magic, and let me tell you, nothing says magic like Fenris's magical fingers. That's my rebuttal.
That's a good rebuttal. I like being a guy that's hands-on.
Indeed. So, my conclusion? My conclusion is this. You know what? You're like, oh, what if he loses? What happens is his daggers? One, he didn't go home and cook. He stayed with the team the entire time. He had to get someone else to drive. He had to allow someone to drive him for once. As far as magic, all his stats and his skills are based off analytics. He is about analyzing an enemy and finding out their weakness and letting the other team do the heavy part, doing the damage. Because he's too busy healing. He's too busy analyzing the enemy. His last attack is he makes a ball of magical energy, which is the counter of you. Like if you're fire, he has ice. He will then throw it at the enemy, hit you in your weak spot, then magically infuse your weapon with that element and have you do a critical strike immediately. This guy isn't about attack. He is about helping his friends. He is about putting everything together to make sure that the team functions as a group. He isn't about being in the front. You're right. You're right about one thing. He isn't about being in front, just like your guys. He isn't always about being pretty. He keeps his scars to remind people that there is some serious fighting they have to do. And anyone and everyone is up for damage and up for grabs by these bad guys. Even the prince's personal assistants, who are now the king. I'm done.
Those are some great points. That was very inspiring.
Yes.
Do you have a conclusion for me?
I definitely do have a conclusion. Because, first of all, I'm just going to say your conclusion kind of sounded like a second rebuttal. And, you kind of did go back and said, yeah, he was cooked and such. Well, yeah, he didn't cook, of course. You were using an exaggeration. But I'm just saying, it's just like Fenris, he is the reason why you're able to go ahead and analyze and figure out all the rifts and such like that and know what the Fade is, okay? Because the Fade is a completely different realm, very bizarre, and he is a master at that. If it wasn't for Fenris, you would not be able to close any of those rifts. He is the reason why you're able to get through the whole entire game and just get through everything, all the quests accurately, and execute the plans well. Yeah, he's about bringing the team together, but at the same time, he's going to double check. He's going to go with everyone, but also he's not going to pick sides. He's going to go ahead and be a neutral base. He's a perfect husband because he's dark, mysterious. He has magical fingers. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to use it again, folks. Silver foxes. I know who I'm looking at, CNN. That's my conclusion.
Your conclusion got stalkery.
Yeah.
Hey, the guy from CNN is hot. I'm just going to say.
You mean Anderson Cooper?
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of daddy.
What is he? Is he an option? Anderson Cooper?
No. His
He
husband
can be for all of us. How about that?
I would say his husband has other disagreements to that, but
Probably so,
Yeah.
but I have a crush on that man.
yes, sir.
He's a nice looking man. But unfortunately, since I can't pick Anderson Cooper, I do have to make a choice.
Yes.
So it's basically math or magic.
Well,
It's not the first time I've had to make this decision. And I think, unlike what I chose in high school, I'm going to have to go for analytics in choosing this.
yes! You know what? That's awesome. And the fun part is I actually kind of was, like you said, I chose someone from Dragon Age. I was like, really? Who? Because there's like 12. There's 12 options.
I'm not gonna lie, this is like husbando. I was like, "What is this?" I didn't know what it was, and I had to look. You sent me the link to look
Yeah.
it up what it was, and I was just like, "Wait a minute! People actually look at characters that they would marry and such. This is like out of the world. This is not
we
me.
have to show you-
I don't see characters like that. I look at their backgrounds, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this and this.
Jeffrey.
I'm like, I can't see them being a husband or wife. That's just
You
it's
know the
different.
full
It's
body
weird.
pillows that have anime characters on them?
Yeah.
People marry those.
Well, Harley's over there shaking her head.
Yeah, everyone in the background. Yeah. They
do.
I can actually show you a picture of a.
I'm like the most innocent person on the show, surprisingly. I learn new things every day, folks.
And we
Hockey,
like
I gotta
sushi.
say that was a great
Indeed.
job.
And Pies
Jeffrey,
play.
you can marry a hologram, honey.
Anyways, everyone, that was Geek versus Geek. Thank you so much for
Next.
judging that.
This is Honey. Honey's going to be with Jeffrey and Harley here in a second. We're talking about our main subject, LGBT people in pop culture.
And we're about and we're actually about to have a next guest, and it's going to be Brad West from the Red Web. Everyone, stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to LGBT in Pop Culture during our fan service segment here during our Fanboy TV block party. We have Honey St. Clair, and we have Brad West from the Red Web. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're really, we can't slap the table. We're really excited to have you both. Like, we want to slap the table.
I know.
But
we're
that's
just-
Jeffrey's stick.
Right.
So, let's go ahead and start it off. Who are you guys? What do you guys do and such like that? And we'll go ahead and go into everything.
Did you go first?
Oh, you were here first.
Rock,
Ladies
paper,
first for
scissors,
sure. No.
Rock, paper, scissors, for it. Do it.
Through
Let's
and
go. Let's
through.
do
Rock,
this.
paper, scissors.
Oh, there you go.
I'm Brad West. I am a little bit of everything. I'm an artist. I'm a singer. I draw. I sew. Mostly, I make. Oh, it's called a cosplayer. I'm actually a costumer. I have fashion design, graphic design degree, fashion design degree. I have part of a music degree, so I'm a little bit of a
You are a jack of all
multi
trades.
scholar. Yes, I am. And I do comic book conventions. I host comic book trivia games. And recently I've been asked to host a comic book based show here on Fanboy TV. It's going to be starting in the fall. It's called The Red Web with Brad West. So look forward to that. We're in the process of working out all the kinks in that. So hopefully that'll be awesome. So we look forward to bringing that to you.
Awesome.
And Honey, what about you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Honey St. Clair. I'm an Austin-based drag queen, performance artist, and actress, and I am the hostess of Geeks on Fleek, which is Austin's only cosplay drag show, and it's awesome.
That's amazing.
And I'm
I
not
love
just
it.
saying that because I run it.
Not just saying it. I'm not
Not just
biased
saying
at
it.
all.
So, we just got done celebrating Pride throughout the month of June and such, and there was a lot that happened and such like that. Just going through everything. It's just what is your outcome of every year we have a Pride? It's like, what is your view about it and such like that, and like the gaming community and different characters and such that the people are trying to bring into the world for our community and such. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
It's a good heavy thought one, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of biased on Pride because, I've only been doing Pride for about 5 years now. When I started Rocky, I used to do the Rocky and Repo cast in Dallas, and we always had a spot in Pride, and we always walked it. But I had never been introduced to it before then, and so I was like, I have no idea what in the world these people are doing. And so I always when I first started, I was like, this is really weird. And now that I've gone a couple times, I take my children, and I get people tell me all the time, that's bad for you to make your children go to that. But, my children have fun. They're well watched. People care about them there.
Yeah. It's always really great. It's a great community because it started with the Stonewall riots and everything else like that. And I just love the history that's developed, and especially because I mean, maybe something else might have come up, but because of that, it's like where we are today. And I especially really like how they're starting to make DC, Marvel Universe, Nintendo character. There's all sorts of characters that are coming out that are starting, import, LGBTQA characters into it.
Harley and Ivy. Harley finally ditches the Joker.
Which I appreciate so much.
I
Most
personally,
people do.
I've had kind of a gay pride trial by fire, unlike you. I actually, when I came out, I didn't come out in high school because I lived in like a little Texas town, but I luckily had an uncle who was gay, and invited me to come and live with him in Arizona when I graduated high school. And this was in Arizona, and literally the first day I was there happened to be Tucson Gay Pride, and unknown to me, the very first day I was there, boom, my first day out of the closet.
So that was like a big party for you.
Yeah.
Throw you right in the bus.
I literally just thrown right in the middle of it, and eye-opener, shocker, and everything. And I've been a comic book geek my entire life. Like, my first word was Spider-Man. I have Spider-Man ingrained in everything I own and do, and I love comic books through and through. So
The Red Web.
yeah, pretty much.
He is Spider-Man.
Pretty much from the get-go, it's been all about comic books and superheroes, and I've been costuming since my first Spider-Man costume I made when I was like 14 or 15 years old. So it's been a thing. So I've seen it from the beginning, from the obscurity of everybody looking at me like a complete wacko showing up at a comic book convention because I'm the only person in a Spider-Man costume, to everybody's in a Spider-Man costume. And
So would you say that when you came out and everything else, or just before, even though, would you see that Spider-Man was definitely a hero to you and such like that? Like that was your that was your go-to person to be strong and everything before you were
absolutely. The whole concept of Spider-Man to me, it was the idea of doing what's right no matter how much it bites you in the ass. I've always been the kind of person. I grew up in a Catholic family, a Cajun Catholic family, so I had this huge Catholic family, and I always, was very, very instilled and ingrained with the idea of doing what was right. However, it was not always, you didn't always get praised for it. It never always came out good for you. You always got screwed. You always got screwed for doing the right thing, and so you couldn't always be yourself. You couldn't always be the best version of yourself or be true to yourself, and yet you had to do what was good for others. And anyway, and so that was kind of always what Spider-Man was, is that, he had to take, his gifts and what he had and give to other people, whether it came back to him or not, I
feel like after knowing you for so long, that's exactly what you do, and I really appreciate that. Everything you do with your costumes and just your love for Spider-Man and such, and definitely your background story of you looked at that hero, and then it was able to help you embrace yourself and who you really are. And such.
And it was great. Yeah, Arizona was great. Coming out and when I came out was great. I was actually part of a gay youth group that was there. There was a gay community center that was in Arizona that I actually got to participate in. And so I was actually participating in the pride parades and stuff like that. And so, up until I went to art school, I went to Houston, met my partner, participated in Houston Gay Pride all the way until we went to Colorado and Denver. I got my art degree there. I actually lived in Louisiana for a while. I had a music scholarship. And so Monroe, Louisiana was not the best place to have gay prides, but they had gay prides there too. So I was like, I've seen the spectrum. I've seen the spectrum of gay pride and geekdom, and I've watched gay characters grow in comic books. I've gone from, like, you know, Pied Piper, Mark Waid creating the Pied Piper character in the Flash comic book. I've actually got those comic books when he came out. Maggie Sawyer. I've got the Superman when Maggie Sawyer was like the first lesbian character to identify with. I've seen that being like a rarity that wasn't even publicized, all the way up to now, like any gay character of any content is like on the news, and you know, and it's just like the most amazing thing, you know, up to, you know, to the point of just characters not even being publicized. We're finally getting to that, like, that golden era where it's like gay characters are actually just characters, and then they're gay, which is amazing.
And now it's just
to see.
Yeah,
and it's like some really just mind blowing. I've seen it like all the way through, and it's amazing.
What about you, honey?
Well, it's funny you mentioned Monroe, because I actually grew up outside of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And yeah, you don't want to be there.
So you two definitely.
You want to be in New Orleans when this happens?
Oh,
yes,
wow.
New Orleans is much better.
Oh, for sure.
Got it. I mean, that's what they say, right?
Yeah.
Everything's better in New Orleans.
Les Le Bon Temps Roulette.
No, oh my
all
gosh,
day.
yes.
Absolutely. But so similar, so I actually didn't come out until I was much older as well, because, I mean, you really, in a town like that, you really can't come out. Also, you don't really have any exposure to anything, so it's like, you also aren't really sure what you're coming out as, because it's not like you had any education on it, like in the middle of nowhere,
Exactly.
like in
And
a farm
nowadays you see a lot of people. There's just a lot of education. There's a lot of
Yeah.
youth groups out there, and it's helping people transition into what they want to be.
Absolutely, and the internet helps too. And,
Thank you, Google.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I found the youth group in the back of like it was like, I don't know what they call them now, but it was like a little community magazine that
Oh,
they
the
had
little
in this
pamphlets
store.
that
Like,
they stick everywhere?
Yeah, it was like
Nice.
it was like a little pamphlet, and it had like a little thing in the back of it with like a little youth group phone number, and I was like, I
Aw,
remember
that's so
nervously calling. I was like, is this like a legit thing? And
Yeah,
You're not going to
yeah.
make fun of me, are
Yeah,
you?
because no,
Yeah.
like honestly, you know, that's a true thing, because you can never be too safe
Yeah,
and sorry
no,
with
it's
everything.
never
that
safe.
exists.
We live in a sick world.
So, what character did you look to as a hero, and you know, little things like that as going through?
Mine would absolutely be Poison Ivy, actually.
Poison Ivy, there we go.
And I'll tell you
You
why.
definitely just won Harley's heart right there.
Poison Ivy is literally goals. I have a whole Poison Ivy wall in my room. And the reason why is because I feel like even though she herself isn't trans, I feel like Poison Ivy really like exemplifies the trans experience. Because Dr. Isley wasn't always like this gorgeous, like beautiful woman. She was like awkward, you know, and then literally
Her
through
professor,
Yeah, exactly. Literally through science, she becomes
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. This person that really, when you think about it, she was meant to be all along. Also, she literally uses hormones as a weapon,
Yes.
which is like, you know, same. And so I've
That
always...
is a
I think
very
it's all
powerful
women.
ability.
We all use that
Yeah, absolutely.
as a weapon.
And sometimes she gets a bad rap because people just see her as a villain, but she's really like a really complicated character. I mean, like the whole...
I honestly-
Harley and Ivy are very complicated characters.
are.
They're not
They're
just like
super
this,
complicated.
like, here's a little box. No, they are outside of this box. And like, well, Harley's always outside the box. She's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
I've never seen Ivy as a villain. Like, even watching the Batman movies back
Most
in the
people
90s, I was
see
like,
eco-terrorists
that was yeah.
Because she's an eco-terrorist. Those
She's an
words are
eco-terrorist.
negative connotations. And everybody
They
sees
are.
her as a villain.
It's just, it's
When
society
she herself was
suppressing.
the victim.
Well, I mean, traditionally, the best villains are the ones that you sympathize with.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. So, so you do drag, of course,
Yeah.
and such. With you know, Pride Month going through, what was like everything going through? Were you able to show any kind of characters or so forth, like, you know, helping youth groups? Were you able to say, well, hey, you know, like, once if someone came up to you and said, blah, 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 I don't know what to do, this and this and this, I need someone to look to, and what kind of character would you, besides Ivy, what kind of character would you, like, offer to and such like that?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. It's almost difficult to pick. Because, I mean, well, honestly, when you think about it, you can make any character like your role model. You know what I mean?
Like, for me, North Star from Marvel Comics.
Everything is
North Star's a
Jeffries with
great
North
one.
Star.
Literally, I almost chose North Star from a husbando, but I was like, I'm
I
going to
already
back
picked
away
him.
from that.
Sorry, it was my choice this week.
oh, yay, so excited.
North Star's a great choice, though.
Yes,
I
I
love
mean,
North Star.
I will tell you right now, he definitely has helped me a lot. In high school, I was very confused. I didn't know what I was going through and such like that. And my friend Lee, actually, they always called me North Star. And I was just like, what are you calling me North Star? And they finally told me, just look it up. And I was like, all right, fine. And I looked it up, and I was like, wow, in that character, I actually, I was like, I hear so many people's stories about going back to superheroes or something like that, or even villains or characters from fantasy novels and such. I went to North Star, and it always kept, like everything he did, he was just like, he went. And finally, like, the big thing, hurrah, and it was just like, you see him and his husband on the front cover, and they're kissing. I was just like, I cried. And then it's like when I got Stan Lee's autograph on my arm, I got the North Star symbol tattooed right there, and because of that, it was
He's
just
very
like,
proud of that tattoo.
I am very proud of that
I was
tattoo.
there.
And it
I
was,
there.
to me, is like North Star has been such a hope for me. And now you created the outfit through Outrageous Outfits, through what you own. You made my North Star outfit, and when I go out there, I get the ears, and I put the no hate right here. And then I had the Pride shirt, and I got it signed by George Takei, and I put it as a cape. And I had quite a few youth kids just come up to me and hug me and say thank you so much. And grown adults, they were just like, that's awesome. And they loved it because there was no hate, and it was just like, man, just go for it. Because that's what he was just like, I don't care, whatever. I got a husband. What about you guys?
It's amazing. It's amazing some of the people and the experiences and things you can meet. Like when my husband and I first moved here to Austin, we knew nobody. We had no car. We didn't really know Austin at all. And the first Halloween, our anniversary is actually Halloween, and our first Halloween here in Austin, we went out to 6th Street as Apollo and Midnighter.
Oh,
and we didn't know, we didn't expect anybody to know who these characters were at all. And we were riding the bus home after leaving 6th Street. We were riding the bus home, and this guy who was taking pictures, he comes up to us, and he was just so excited. He's like, oh my God, Apollo and Midnighter.
They're on the bus.
And
Superheroes ride the bus.
That's how we met Frank.
Oh,
That's how we met Frank, who is like our dearest and best friend, and who introduced us to everybody in the gay community in Austin. It's how we met so many people and so many friends, and like just opened us up to the world, and and it was like we weren't afraid to be ourselves and to be that, and then somebody who recognized that and connected on that, and just to make that connection with somebody, it was just like, it was magic. It was just, it's so really, deep and important.
It's really amazing on how much the LGBT community has, expanded, and how we're able to use these characters and embrace ourselves and get out there and such like that. I mean, hell, I didn't come out until I was officially 25. Of course, a lot of people knew, but there was a lot of people that didn't, Yeah. So that character, North Star really helped me. Your characters. It's really amazing to see where our comic book world has gone and such like that. But I hate to cut it short, because I'm sure we could talk about this for days. And I'm sure with our shows coming up in the future, we're definitely going to dive right into that. Yeah. You're going to be hosting the Geek Drag show.
Yes, absolutely.
You got the Red Web coming up.
I am going to do a full-on diversity series on Red Web.
I think that's really great.
And if anybody really just wants to keep the conversation going, catch us on fanboytv.com, or catch us on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
we'll be more than happy to keep talking.
Comment on YouTube. I mean, guys, get out there. If you guys want to see what we want more to say, just head on in. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being on. This is our LGBT into the pop culture world. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of 10 Things. We got a little confused this week because we were like, hey, let's talk about gay characters in comic books. Well, I got Harley's list and half hers weren't, so we changed it to...
They are too.
Hey, it's going to be a mix today. Characters that could be gay as well as ones that are gay and the impact they could have.
We basically went with LGBT anything.
Yeah, so.
Or the ones in our head, we were like, that's totally a thing.
Yeah. So we're going to kick it off with, I'm going to start this with number 10, The Blob. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I was
like, wait, what?
She's like, The Blob? Why The Blob? Okay. When you look at all the gay superheroes, you see, like, the pretty buff boys. Let's do a fat bear gay hero, just so everyone can have someone to attach onto. Because what if you're a little, what do they call them, cubs? What if you're cub?
Hey, what if you're a cub?
You don't get Wolverine. Come on now, you're going to get The Blob.
I want Wolverine.
So that's why I picked The Blob, because it's a very all-inclusive. He can have major issues and just really kind of talk to people who are having those same kind of problems. And don't laugh at me, but this is why I put it on there. Or we're not going to degrade into laughing fits.
I'm not.
So that's
I'm not
why
degrading or laughing fits.
I picked The Blob. So your next up on the list is...
This is only because Jeffrey made me, but North Star.
Exactly. We already know North Star. Jeffrey.
He's all excited. Look at him.
Look,
Look
he's running up
over
here. Yay!
Jeffrey's all excited.
She put that one. That's a total Jeffrey throw.
No,
We
we just threw that back to Jeffrey.
He
That was
talks
Jeffrey.
about North Star all the time.
I'm not even getting in there.
So my number 8 is from one of my favorite comic books, Gully from Battle Chasers.
I need to read this.
Oh my God. This
Can I
would
borrow
be,
it?
Oh, it's all digital now.
Okay, then I'm gonna go find it.
This would be a great character as, adolescent kids are figuring out who they are. This would be an excellent role model, just a powerful girl who still has issues but can be very approachable to people who are just figuring these things out. Perfect opportunity. Although the game it's now becoming a video game, the comic book ended years ago without any real conclusion because Joe Mad he won't talk about Battle Chasers these days. But it's an amazing book, and if they were to do this with Gully, it would literally just help so many people.
It probably would.
So what do you have next up on your list?
Okay, so mine I never actually would have thought about it until I saw it on the internet, but Peter Parker.
See?
Brad's over here shaking his head. But so my next this one and my next one actually tie together. But so thank you, internet, for ruining this vision of Spider-Man for me. But I want Peter Parker and Deadpool. That's like my ship right there is Peter Parker and Deadpool.
Well, I could see this one being having to live two lives because he lives the LGBT life as Peter Parker, but he can't as the superheroes because everyone's all buff and wearing tidy clothes and what kind of issues you could raise that. That's a total high school thing going on right there. That could be an easy high school.
Hey, Spider-Man has a nice butt. Let's just sit it right there. When you're wearing that tight of clothes, you got a nice butt. And I'm sorry, superheroes don't get bit by radioactive seamstresses, so I want to know where they all learned how to make their costumes. Brad, are you teaching people how to make costumes on the side?
Brad's moonlighting on the side.
When I was 14.
There we go. So next up on my list, everyone questioned this one, is Doc Ock. Okay.
I was questioning it because I had to check the validity with Brad.
This could be the perfect husbando of the Blob. That would be the perfect gay couple to mimic. This is why he's on my list. To mimic just about every gay couple out there. Like, not everyone's supermodels. Everyone's just normal people. This would be the normal people husbando couple. Like, the stories that you could tell from that alone.
Oh my God.
Because,
Doc Ock and the Blob. I can see it now. I can see it. Thank you, Jeffrey.
They both have the bad haircut. They're both kind of,
They're not perfect.
They're not
they're
perfect,
kind of there.
but they could fix each other.
I'm sure all the extra arms don't hurt.
See, exactly, Brad has it right there. The extra arms make the intimate times that much better because the Blob is going to have lots of holes you can get into. I mean, that's
Got
seen
some
600-pound
accoutrements
life.
going on right there, right? Think of all the little attachments he can have.
Oh my God, Brad's not allowed to talk anymore. So that takes us to number 5 on our list.
Wade Wilson, Deadpool.
You got this whole Spider-Man Deadpool porn thing going on.
I do. Okay, so it was a couple years ago when the Avengers 2 came out. Everybody was like, "How is Deadpool and Spider-Man going to be in the Avengers?" And then they came up with this internet. Somebody on Tumblr came up with this internet story of how they weren't going to be able to use.
Wait! You said Tumblr. We're done.
Well, they weren't going to be able to use Peter Parker's name because they don't own the rights. Marvel doesn't own the rights to Spider-Man. So they were going to name him something else. And then all of a sudden you were going to have Deadpool like fall off the Avenger Tower and Spider-Man doesn't come and save him. And he's going to be like, "What the hell, Parker?" Because he can't say Spider-Man. So it was going to be, "This is my boyfriend."
She's got those two. I've got the Blob and Doc Ock.
We got some weird fetishes, okay?
All right, so my number 4 on this list is the Tick. Big, dumb, and stupid. Like, that literally
I can see it.
It could just perfectly be fine. Him and Arthur could just be doing their thing, but he's big, dumb, and stupid, like Kronk.
Kronk.
Could just,
Pull the lever,
perfect.
Kronk.
Just have fun, be oblivious to the fact, and just live your life the way you want to live it. That's the perfect message that the Tick would give you.
Yes.
Big, dumb, and stupid, but he ain't going to touch the Blob because
That's awkward.
that's awkward.
He wants to spoon!
He wants the spoon! Okay, this is what happens when we have audience. I love this. Okay.
We like audience.
What do you have next on your list?
I have Pamela Isley, a.k.a. Poison Ivy.
They're cheering already back there. Now this is a giveaway.
This is a giveaway.
you know
She goes
she's
with
a total-
Harley.
Yeah, she's totally with someone.
She is. She's with me.
Would you really be with Poison Ivy? Like she
Yes!
freaking die and stuff?
Dude.
It'd be that tragic Juliet, like-
No, it wouldn't. Because Poison Ivy actually gave Harley Quinn a antidote so she can't hurt her.
So when they decided to just go at it,
Yeah,
she just
she's
takes
a
the pill
veggie. Get
before?
it? She ate a vegetarian.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
Harley's now a vegetarian because she ate a veggie and she liked it. Get it?
All right, so continuing on to number 2 on the list is Ginny Sparks from The Authority. Like, if there was ever a character that I'm pretty sure could represent...
You guys don't see it behind here, but all of our like cast and crew
They're
are
like,
all
yes.
really excited.
This would be the ultimate badass power woman that would just be in the LGBT community. She leads.
Don't smack the table, Gavin.
She
Okay,
leads
Jeffrey.
the most awesome group ever. Just the best, hands down person that should be LGBTQ to set the best example for the coming generations. Also, Ginny Sparks is badass. The Authority is badass. I
Yeah,
love the
she's
comic.
just badass.
Not as badass as our number 1.
Me, Harley Quinn. I was really excited when they actually announced that Harley and Ivy were a thing in the new 52 comic, and Harley had her own comic book. And my favorite one-liners come from the Harley Quinn comic book between her and Ivy, their interactions together. Like, Harley shows up on the door, and she goes, "Want to pet my beaver?"
Oh, no, yeah.
And then she actually has a zombie beaver.
Yeah. So,
And the I ate a veggie line. And,
I am
oh,
not
God.
surprised Harley Quinn was your number 1.
She's my favorite character ever.
I can tell. You spoiled it on your shirt.
Jill and I have matching shirts.
Seriously, I don't know why I keep you around sometimes.
We had to have matching shirts. Gavin needs a matching shirt that has the blob.
And the Doc Ock. We're going to have to make one now. They need to be all like the little tongues interacting, the little tentacles around.
And then me and you will just wear them in
Funny
public
story,
together.
I didn't have safe search on. I was looking for these images.
Oh, God.
So I
You got
saw
some interesting images,
a lot of
didn't you?
superhero porn I wasn't expecting to even really realize was out there. So we'll find something for a shirt.
We can all share superhero porn, okay?
And with that, we're wrapping up this list of 10 things, LGBTQ possibility of characters.
Oh my God, and we didn't degrade into giggle fits.
It almost did. I almost ruined us with Doc Ock and the blog going like,
Yeah, almost there.
All right, so that's it for this 10 things list. We'll be right back after this with bonus level. It came from the internet, a brand new thing that I'm doing with you guys. Hey everyone, welcome to a new segment that we're doing called It Came from the Internet. We decided we wanted to bring back the monthly host segments, and everyone has their ideas, but one of the things I like doing is just cruise the internet to find the stupidest possible things. And the internet is full of the stupidest possible things. So I got really excited because I was like, what am I going to do? So you're going to see new things, you're going to see old things, you're going to see some memes on this whole segment. But today, I want to kick off with, there is nothing crazier on the internet than people who are super passionate about something, be it social justice, be it, stupid tricks, be it whatever. I found a vegan today that defies logic. Defies logic, people. So, here's your It Came from the Internet segment. Enjoy.
You say you love animals, but you're eating a cheeseburger. That doesn't make any sense. Cheeseburgers torture animals, okay? Cheeseburgers are meat. Are you mean? You are if you're eating a cheeseburger. Do you really love animals? Or are you just pretending because it's a nice thing to say? Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Are you playing? I think you're playing. I think you're playing around. You're just playing around. Okay, you're playing around because you don't really care if you eat cheeseburgers. You don't give no fuck. You don't give 1, 2, 3, 4 fucks. None. None! Not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's dishonest. Dishonest. It's dishonest. Start telling the truth. Stop eating meat.
When we come back.
What is this thing?
What is this?
What is this?
No.
So yes, that's a vegan telling you if you like animals how horrible you are because you eat meat. I like barbecue. What about you?
I'm a meatitarian. It's a personal choice.
We're carnivores here.
I
We like
can't
what we
eat
do.
pork, but I'll eat a steak.
I don't eat pork either.
You eat
Jeffrey
bacon.
likes the pork.
I'm
Jeffrey
all
likes
pork.
bacon.
I'll
I eat
pork.
bacon.
You guys?
I have a barbecue pit.
Honey's really quiet now. Like, are you a vegan?
Oh no, I'll eat whatever. Call me.
Oh yes.
Hey, honey, you want to go to Salt Lake?
She'll be on the corner of 4th and Lavaca.
All right,
Rock and roll.
so that has been our show today. What did you guys think? Did you guys have fun?
I had a blast.
It was like eating a bag of Skittles.
And I was really excited because our two
Taste
guests
the rainbow.
are actually part of the Fanboy TV crew with shows coming up. We've got,
Brad West, Red Web.
which is a comic book culture show. When he was on the Batman show, I was watching him going, you need to do a show.
That
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So we've been filming a bunch of
Our
stuff
bad
right now.
Bat-Toozy.
Oh yeah, the Batusi, we were all horrible about it. And we found
Honey St. Clair with Geeks on Fleek.
who's going to be doing our Geek Drag Show. So you're going to see Geek Drag Show.
Yeah.
We're going to film the first episode next month and have a lot of fun with it. After we did our drag show with Jeffrey, I was like, we need to do a Geek Drag Show. But they kept wanting to do a serious show, and I was like, we need to do a Geek Drag Show. I want a Geek Drag Show.
I wanted to do more of a serious LGBT
I do
show.
want a
Just
serious
talk about
show.
politics and
I want
So
things. And,
we're doing that.
So
But he found
she-
her
I
online.
was like, oh my gosh, Gavin, we have to get in contact with her. And bam, next thing you know,
Okay.
she's hosting our Geek Drag
True
Show.
story. Jeffrey was supposed to contact her, but she never talked to
I
him.
did.
So I
No,
did. She
No,
responded in
I
5
did.
minutes.
I did. I did.
a little strong.
No, because Facebook is a crappy messenger system. I'm just gonna say that right now.
No, I just thought it was because
Called you
it's
out.
like you were,
You have to use the
you were
little
coming off a
motion
little
keyboard to
stalkery.
make
It's like,
sure you get
hi,
the
I want you on a camera.
Oh no,
God, this sounds
I'm
like
real
porn.
straightforward with everything. I was like, hey, I got this. I want you to do this. I'm not reinventing the wheel. That was basically it.
I just
Either way, I gotta say I'm very happy that we got you guys, and it's gonna be great. This
It's gonna be
coming
lots of
season.
fun.
Great
We got a lot of new
show.
content
So-
for this year.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting on our stream. It's been a lot of fun because I've seen what's been going on our stream today.
It's cray cray.
Next up is Ladies of
They're angry.
Fandom, which they're talking about
Furries.
furries. And then we have Combat Creations doing,
Everything that we do.
which, what are you
weird
building?
thing-
Oh,
they're doing.
what are we building? We're building.
The host doesn't even know.
We're building a
completely
tricky
blanked.
thing.
They're building something.
Combat
Start to the
Creations.
sea, right?
Tune in at
Oh.
9:30.
And then
running away.
Zombie Live TV will be on at 10 o'clock with all sorts of fun things today.
Much like Jeffrey, we don't know what's going to happen.
Never
So-
know what's going to happen.
Don't forget, you can follow us online, fanboytv.com. We have social media links there. Watch our stream and start commenting because we're going to start interacting with you guys more. Where can they find you online, Brad?
At bradsredweb.com.
And where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Honey St. Clair.
I like how you have that little southern draw. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter, the street.
You twit my
The street,
face.
yeah. We're all out on the
My
street.
house.
Corners, like,
Catch
You
me at
can
a
find honey.
museum.
You can find honey at my house.
Yeah, probably.
We're gonna eat
Everyone,
food.
don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment during our live show.
because we're going to start interacting with you more. It would have been fun to interact with some of you trolls today. That was going to be hilarious.
I love trolls.
Oh, I love trolls. They're so cute.
Jill
Did you
loved the
feed them?
trolls.
Did you feed them?
Jill fed the trolls.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yes.
We'll be back
Yes.
next week to talk about comic books. So we'll see you guys then. Don't go anywhere. The Fanboy TV Block Party continues right after this with Ladies of Fandom. Say bye, everybody. Bye.
Ah.